Now from the north shore of the Allegheny River, there's a beautiful look at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Today, the finale of this quick two-game series between the Detroit Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's Pirates baseball on the show. Next. Jonathan Neese is the man on the mound for the Pirates in this contest. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, in his last start, ended up taking the loss. Didn't go deep, only threw 5 innings, so hopefully he can get into the 7th or 8th in this one.
Jose Iglesias makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Polanco on the run. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. So a moment now to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Tigers. EK, any thoughts?
Yeah, you know, Ian Kinsler is a difference maker right now. He always seems to come through in the clutch. Doesn't let the pressure of a big situation get to him. Whether it's the first inning with nobody out or the 9th inning with 2 outs. His approach doesn't change, and that's a big reason why he delivers so often.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. Throw on to first takes care of Kinsler here for out number 2. And with that, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch Starling Marte out there in left field in this one. He won the 2015 Gold Glove Award. Very athletic. You couple him with some of the other outfielders in this ball game, man, oh man, does not look like there are going to be any hits out there.
Miguel Cabrera will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. And he'll miss the target away with the fastball. It's 1-0. Eric, we take a look at the Pirates as they take the field here this afternoon. They're on a great run of late as they come in winners of 7 of their last 9 games.
Yeah, and they started this series off with a blowout in game 1, so you can maybe use that old tired phrase, firing on all cylinders right now, because they're getting contributions from everybody on the roster.
Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, I think this was a little bit of a gamble from my perspective. I had a feeling that he'd take a big turn around first and then hold on, but he was having none of that. He's smelling 2 all the way, and he's going to make it there with a hustle double.
Here's J.D. Martinez. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. Neese pauses. Here's the 0-1. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul for the second strike. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Jeremy Hellickson is on the mound for game 2. EK, what's the word on him?
Remember, guys, this is someone that will come at you with 4 different pitches. He'll change velocity, he'll go up and down, the break on the pitches makes it a real challenge for a hitter.
John Jaso comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
First baseman, John Jaso.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Eric, these Tigers, as they begin play here today, they come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
And if you go by the results of game 1 of this road trip, they could be in for some trouble. They were annihilated in the opener of this series, so they're going to need to wake up or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Sent on the ground out to second. Kinsler's there for it, and a high throw as Cabrera's got no shot at it.
Not the way you want to start the bottom of the first. Now, this is a play that needs to be made, but instead they allow a speedy leadoff man to reach base.
Here's Gregory Polanco. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. He'll step in here at 275. 2 home runs and 5 driven in. Here comes the 0-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Here's the 0-2. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
The 1-2 pitch. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. No one out with a runner at second. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. And here's how Clint Hurdle set his Pirates lineup for this one. Steve, what's the key for them here today?
Well, I think it's going to be really important to understand the pitcher that they're facing and make the adjustments as the game goes along. If this guy's in the zone, then be aggressive. Go up there hacking. But if he's trying to be effectively wild within the strike zone, then you got to be a little more patient and work the count.
Andrew McCutchen comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know, he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, my man Larry, he's solid. Rarely do many people get upset with his calling of the strike zone because it doesn't really seem like he favors any one part of the zone more than another.
Lifted in the air to center. Maben is there. 2 down. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the defense for the Detroit Tigers. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, not enough people give Miguel Cabrera credit for what he's able to do defensively. Remember, he came up as a shortstop with the Marlins and moved to third base, and now is one of the greatest hitters to ever play the game. But that overshadows his defensive abilities. He's no slouch with the leather.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. 2 out here and a runner at second. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a good fastball hitter. You don't want to give in to his strength.
To 2-2 now.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. Hit hard to short. Iglesias is up with it. Throw on to first, and that error won't come back to haunt him after all as the inning is over. Pirates leave one. After one, no score. Nick Castellanos will stand in here. He drove in one of their 2 runs in last night's ball game.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
Nice is ready. Here's the first pitch. And he'll start him with a high strike here on the fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1.
He wanted to go after that one, but that's a good eye to just watch it all the way in.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Well, I'd be surprised if they go back to the curve again on 2-2. He's had a couple of pretty good looks at it at the plate.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Rodriguez is up with it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 8, Justin Upton.
Stepping in, Justin Upton. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And he takes ball 1. Swung on and missed, 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Hit hard towards center. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Here's Cameron Maben now. Runners off for second. Into the seats, 0-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, not too sure how you call it a ball either.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Pitch outside, the throw, and it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
And here, obviously, in a National League ballpark, no DH. You're looking for ways to create a little offense, so the steal sign is on, and he's into second with 1 away.
1 out and a runner on second base. A swinging bunt to the mound. in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, and that's not always an easy play for a pitcher, especially when he has to barehand the ball. But luckily, he's got plenty of time out there, so he's able to set himself and then make a good, strong throw.
Stepping in now, James McCann, as he swings and hits this one foul off to the right and out of play. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
And that's another good pitch. Again, ideally, you want to get this guy so you have the pitcher leading off the next time around. But if you have to walk him and take your chances against the pitcher, so be it.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Now on 3 and 2, you got to go with your strength.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. He's set. Here's the 3 and 2. And another foul ball. And that misses for ball 4.
Well, at the very least, this is going to allow the pitcher to hit here in this inning now instead of having to lead off the next inning.
Jeremy Hellickson gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. In there at the knees, strike 1.
Yeah, and with 2 on now following the walk, he needed to jump ahead of the next guy, so that's a good way to start out.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he lays off for a ball. 2 and 1.
Boy, he better get it back together here with 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2 and 2 now. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Just out in front of that one, still 2 and 2. The 2-2 pitch. Down the third baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2 and 2. Coming up now on 30 pitches in the inning. And this is popped high in the air toward the left side. Freeze is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Tigers strand a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. David Freeze will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, you look at the average on the season, guys, and he's not sneaking up on anybody. Pretty amazing numbers for him right there. So yesterday's performance, obviously no fluke.
And he lays off there, 1-0.
0-1, no strike.
Smoke toward 3rd. Throw on to 1st, and 1 third baseman grounds out to the other, 1 away.
Batting 6th, second baseman, Sean Rodriguez.
Sean Rodriguez will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And And here's a fastball in for strike one. 91 miles an hour that time.
A high fastball that time in the strike zone and on the outside corner. But that is a dangerous spot to be pitching if you're only throwing in the low 90s.
On a hole now as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
Had him fooled as he swings through the curveball. 2 down.
Batting 7, the shortstop.
Jordy Mercer gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Bottom of the second here with no score. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Hit in the air to right field. On the move is Martinez. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. We'll move to the third with no score. Back in Pittsburgh, we get a shot from the city across the Monongahela River. Try to say that 10 times fast. Jose Iglesias is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
2 strikes.
Swinging a soft liner. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
And here's a situation where, heck, just make contact. Put the ball in play. You never know. Winds up beating this ball out.
Ian Kinsler stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
And now with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Nobody out, runner on first. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time, he got the call.
Here it comes on 1-1. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Swing and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, let's get you a shot of this reaction at the plate in show motion. You think he agreed with the call? I don't think he did.
The first baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. Lays off 1-0.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
And these guys hitting 3, 4, 5, they're the ones that are going to have to produce if these guys are going to have any chance of contending this year. He comes through here with a well-struck RBI double.
Here's J.D. Martinez, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. He's at second with his second double of this young season. Runner at second here with one man out. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Hit hard back up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. The throw home. And he is in there at the plate. It's now a 2-0 game. Nick Castellanos stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count, 0-1. 0-1 count and the pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. One out and a runner on second base. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2. Changeup, and that fades down and away, 2-2.
We saw this in his last start. He just hasn't been able to find that put-away pitch with 2 strikes that you've got to have at this level.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Ball 3. 3-2 now. A lot of deep counts for these guys early on.
And the more the better as far as they're concerned. They'd like to get him out of here as quick as they can.
Just hung in there on that one. Payoff pitch on its way. Hit to third. Fielded by Freeze. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The left fielder, number 8, Justin Upton.
Justin Upton is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
There's a good fastball on the outside corner as you'll take a look at strike 1.
Well, we've mentioned it already, but look at the pitch count here in the 3rd inning. He's almost completely out of gas already.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
The 0-2 home. Line drive to left. Marte is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. Detroit is out in front, 2-0. Leading off the inning, Chris Stewart, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Chris Stewart.
Hellickson's ready. First pitch on its way. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
And, you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now, that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
Line towards center field. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Yeah, an ideal setup here with the pitcher on deck. He comes through with a solid single to start things out, and now you give your pitcher a chance to bunt you over and make a productive out.
The pitcher, John Neese, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. And the throw will have to go to Kinsler covering at first, so the sacrifice is a good one.
Up next for the
So with one away, a reminder we've got more Pittsburgh Pirates baseball for you in the week ahead as you take a look there at where we'll be over the next 7 days. John Jaso, the hitter now. 0 for 1 on the day after reaching on an error his first time up.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit of the game, so let's see if he can come through with that one right here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. Not quite reaching 90 with the fastball, but it's 1-1 now. Pulled toward right center field. Maben calls for it, and that's the second out of the inning. The relay throw, but too late, and he's safe at third.
Yeah, this ball's hit high enough that he can go back and tag at second base. So that's a good job of moving up the extra 90 feet now with 2 outs.
Gregory Polanco is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
Here comes the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. And this one is past him, and that could be a run. And they will slap the tag on him heading back to third as he really got stuck out there, and the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Cameron Maben is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw to first in time, 1 gone here in the fourth.
Yeah, and if this one's just a little closer to the line, this might be a base hit. But you'll see a nice job of covering this ball quickly on the mound, and he's able to shuffle it onto first base to get his man.
Into the box now, James McCann. Shot towards second, but there to take this one is the second baseman, and that's out number 2.
Well, don't worry. I'll tell you, if you keep hitting the ball like this, sooner or later it's going to even out as the season goes on. Just a little unlucky right there as he hits that ball right at him.
Standing in now, Jeremy Hellickson. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Well, he's just going to go right on taking pitches. You have to throw strikes here with 2 outs, especially when you got the pitcher up there.
Swung on, missed, 2-1. Neese into his motion. Here's the 2-1. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball, 2-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Tigers as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Gregory Polanco, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And both guys showing good but not great fastballs, 92 for one, 91 for the other. Andrew McCutchen will stand in now, a Silver Slugger recipient for National League outfielders a year ago. Into the windup and the pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike one. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Chopped foul right at home plate. No runs, just one hit, and no errors so far for the Pirates. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And he makes the throw to first. McCutchen is retired, 2 down now.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. Gets him fishing for it. And then nice work to tidy up behind the plate and make the put out at first.
Here's Starling Marte, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Slapped hard the opposite way. Martinez is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Down in order go the Pirates. They're still down. It's 2-0. Jose Iglesias heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Chopped weakly to the left. Mercer gonna have to hurry, and they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Sometimes it's just better to be lucky than good. This ball's not hit hard at all, but it's in a spot where it's going to work out perfectly for him. And he's on base to start this inning with an infield single.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes for second. Drilled on the ground to short. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
And ideally on this play, you'd like to think you could make it up to third, but no sense risking it if you're not sure. So even though he was in motion on the pitch, he's going to wind up holding on at second base. Hey, better to be safe than sorry.
The first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, stands in. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And he's got to be careful now that some of these borderline calls don't get him started going downhill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it if you want to have success.
Freeze on the slide. One there. Not in time.
Man, almost a great play.
Great effort defensively and a nice job of hustling down the line there.
Yeah, that's good hustle getting down the line. A double play could have really put the brakes on this rally, but he's able to beat it out on the back end just to keep things going here.
J.D. Martinez will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. Now a curveball that misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. And this is yanked hard down the left field line. And this is going to get down for extra bases as that'll get one, if not both of them, home. And the runner from third crosses the plate.
Well, time for another old baseball cliche. It's a game of inches. And it was on this ball. Take a look at how close this is to the foul line. And this is not a fair ball by a whole lot, but I guarantee you he'll take it. He pulls into second with an RBI double.
Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Nick Castellanos now, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Tigers thus far. Swinging a shot back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. In to score is the runner from third. Stewart's tag is too late. He's in safely to score.
The left fielder, number 8.
Justin Upton digs in now after lining out in his last try.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. First delivery to him on the way. A big roundhouse curveball in there for strike 1. Time to play pitching coach. What's he doing wrong?
It's more of a question of what's he doing right. It ain't much.
And he falls behind 0-2. And Upton won't chase that one. It's 1-2.
And giving up hits is one thing, but judging by that pitch, he doesn't have any consistency with that release point. He's all over the place.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Seems like whatever was working early on suddenly is not working now.
It's almost like he's imploding right before our eyes.
3 runs already home here. High and deep to right center. Back goes Polanco. Still ranging back. Gone! A 2-run home run off the bat of Justin Upton as this lead swells to 7-0.
Yeah, and this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
Center field.
Now here's Clint Hurdle out of the Pittsburgh dugout on his way to the mound, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Ryan Vogelsong is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Here's Cameron Maben now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. That look says it all in the third base dugout.
That's not the look of a guy who's going to be sleeping well tonight, is it?
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Swing and a liner. Foul. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit out towards second. Rodriguez is there. Throw on to first takes care of Maben, and there are 2 away.
The catcher, number 34, James McCann.
James McCann digs in now after lining out in his last try.
Yeah, he was right on the off-speed stuff and hit it well, but just didn't have any luck. It's going to be interesting to see if they stay with more fastballs right here.
0-1.
Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
One thing you've got to be aware of as a hitter is he's going to give you a bit of a variety up there. He's got 5 pitches, and he's going to use all of them.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Ready on 1-2. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. 2 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Into the windup, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out, and the inning finally comes to a close. So this once slim lead is slim no longer, as 5 runs come across to score to help build a substantial advantage. Home half of the 5th coming up. Tigers lead this one 7-0. David Freese will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
And that's in there for strike 1. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Hellickson sets his sights. Here's the 0-2. Line to the right side. But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just 1 hit to this point. Striding into the box, Sean Rodriguez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Fly ball heading for the alley. Martinez on the run, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a one-out double.
Man, I'll tell you, you talk about veteran leadership and showing youngsters how to approach each and every at-bat at the major league level. Well, just show him the tape of this swing. If he tries to pull this pitch, it's either a four-hopper or an easy fly ball. Instead, he knows just to basically throw his hands at this thing, and he's able to drive it the other way for a double.
Jordy Mercer is at the plate as he watches ball one. For Rodriguez, he's at second with his second double of this young season. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Line toward right center. And that's in there. Base hit. Rodriguez will take the turn and head for home. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. That makes it 7-1 now.
Now batting, catcher,
Chris Stewart steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
First pitch on its way. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Here it comes, 0-2. Push to the right side. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
And you check this out. This is on the inside part of the plate, but he still is able to take it to the opposite field. I'll tell you, that is bat control at its finest right there.
In now, Ryan Vogelsong. And the pitcher will indeed try and move his runners as he gets this one down. To Iglesias for 1. On to Cabrera, but it's too late, and they'll just get the 1.
Well, I guess you could say that this sacrifice was partially successful. He makes the third baseman field it, so that's a plus. He gets 1 runner up to third, and that's a plus. But they do get the fielder's choice at second, so it won't be scored a sacrifice. So I guess that's a minus.
Here's John Jaso now as he gets under the first pitch and sends a fly ball out to left center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. 5 innings complete. Tigers are out in front, 7-1. Jeremy Hellickson comes to the plate now, likely due to the large cushion he has to work with on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's got that big lead and a chance to get deeper into this ball game, but he needs to make sure he stays focused because sometimes that competitive edge can dwindle on you a little bit when you think you're just cruising. The
windup and the 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And he's thinking, hey, I get one, maybe two chances a year to swing the bat. I'm going to get my money's worth.
And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
First full inning of work for him here out of the bullpen. Remember, he got the final 2 outs of the last inning. And he starts this inning off right by getting the swinging strikeout.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
And it's quickly 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. 1 out, nobody on. Grounder down the line at third. Throw not in time, and he's in there with his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Hold on here, though. You can see the skipper heading out of the dugout now, so that very close safe call might be challenged.
Well, here's another look at it now. I couldn't really tell when we saw it live, and I'll tell you what, it's still tough to tell from that angle. We're going to have to see what the dugout decides.
And it looks like a no from the bench, so they will not challenge the play, and the call will stand with the runner safe at first base. Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
Wow, just a jam sandwich right there, and all he's holding is about half of his bat. Those look like the kind of bats I used to swing with.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Up the middle and off the pitcher's leg. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the second out at first. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern, but from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Miguel Cabrera stands in. He'll try to improve in this at-bat after grounding into a fielder's choice his last time up. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Looks like he's not going to see anything here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They gave him 2 shots to see if he'd go out of the zone to try to chase. And after that, I'm thinking they should just put him on.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And here's Polanco to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Tigers leave 1. They're on top 7-1. Gregory Polanco will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
And they'll start him with a fastball that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Hellickson gets the sign. Here it is on 2-0. 3-0 now.
Well, and all of a sudden, he's looking a little jittery out there to start the 6th.
And he gets the call there, 3-1. And, oh, that should have been ball 4 there, but it's a called strike, and that runs things full at 3-2.
Yeah, and he's trying to make sure that he doesn't allow that first walk. He's worked it back to full count now after being behind in the count 3-0.
Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out, 1 away.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Andrew McCutcheon will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. It's a solo shot off the bat of Andrew McCutcheon, and it's a 7-2 game now.
Well, apparently these guys didn't see the highlights from yesterday because he had 2 home runs a day ago. Now he's got another home run right here. Now, obviously, this pace won't last, but, man, he is hitting everything in sight.
Starling Marte will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. And there's ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Outside, 2-1. Skied into very shallow right. Martinez is there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
And with the big lead, he can afford to take a few chances with that fastball. And here, this one works out for him because this is nothing more than an easy fly ball.
Here's David Freese to stand in. He'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. Chopped in front of home plate. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Pirates get a run on the McCutcheon home run. 4, 5, and 6 coming up to start the 7th. It's now a 7-2 ball game. Back here in Pittsburgh, we're through the first 6 innings with the Tigers on top, and before we start the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary. J.D. Martinez is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
First offering on its way. Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. Hits ball 1.
Yeah, hard to believe that's not a strike. I don't know exactly where that would have missed.
That evens it up 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he's set down, one away.
Pretty good work out of the bullpen, as you see there. He got called in much earlier than I'm sure he expected, but he's given him a real lift so far.
Nick Castellanos gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he almost hit him on the last pitch, and he's showing he doesn't care. He's coming right back inside.
And just never could commit to the swing there, but he went around, and it's even now at 2-2. Lifted in the air out towards left center. McCutchen on the move. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Well, this guy is a joy to watch out there in center field. He's got those long strides that allow him to close on the ball quickly, and he's able to track this one down and put it away.
Justin Upton will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going. Here's the first pitch to him. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And Upton swings and misses on a good pitch that time, and it's quickly 0-2 now. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They're on top 7-2. Leading off the inning, Sean Rodriguez, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
Some action now in the Tigers bullpen as they'll get a left-hander and a right-hander up to throw. And here's one that misses to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1. And he misses low with it. 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
And a 3-0 count here to start the 7th has got to be a red flag.
And that misses ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
It's been a great start for him to this point. Into the 7th inning of work now, and that's just the first walk he's allowed so far. So maybe not a red flag just yet, but it is something worth watching.
Jordy Mercer will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. Fastball in there for a called strike.
He's done a really good job of kind of getting ahead of hitters here by throwing first pitch strikes to 70% of the batters he's faced, and that's why he's doing so well.
A runner at first with no outs here. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. Unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible to keep from getting out on your front foot.
And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first. And Cabrera will take this one for the first out.
He continues to pitch well out there. Here's his pitch breakdown so far.
Into the box now, Chris Stewart. He singled his last time up. Hellickson pauses. Here comes the first pitch. Drilled right back up the middle. Kinsler down on the ground. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Cameron Maben comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the eighth.
Center fielder, number 4, Cameron Maben.
First pitch of the at-bat. And a high strike there, 0-1. Grounded back up the middle. Mercer is there. A spin and a throw. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw.
And when things are going well, these are the little things that just seem to start going your way. Nothing too amazing here, but this winds up an infield single, and the breaks just keep going their way.
Into the box, James McCann, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. One and one. Oh, good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Grounded down the third baseline. Freeze is there, and he is in there.
Well, this one's going to go as an infield single, and it keeps the inning rolling right here. Now, as you see, he tries to rush this ball over to second base, hoping to get the force, but it's going to get there just a little bit too late, and everybody's safe.
Victor Martinez will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Victor Martinez.
And here is strike one call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1.
As a hitter here, you've got to make him get the ball up. You don't go swinging at pitches that are down in the zone and more likely to turn into double play balls.
Now here's a swing and a ball hit well out there toward right center. And he reaches up to track this one down for the first out, and he had to go a long way to get to that ball. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with one away.
Good job there at second base of doing the math in his head and figuring out he can make it up to third. So that puts runners on the corners now with only one away.
Now to the plate, Jose Iglesias. He'll look to keep it going, 3 for 4 so far in the ball game. Archimedes Caminero is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here.
Archimedes Caminero.
He's set, now the pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
Runners are at first and third, one away. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Close pitch, but just a bit outside. He wanted it, but it's 2-1. And this is on the inside edge, perhaps off the inside edge, but it's a called strike. 2-2 now.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Line drive to center field. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third. And now third base coach Dave Clark's giving him the come on around third. And not in time as the second run scores.
They're starting to really open things up now. Pulled into third here with the triple, and just like that, 7-run lead.
Ian Kinsler digs in now with 2 already home and a potential third waiting in the wings only 90 feet away.
Well, runs often come in bunches, Matty, and we're going to have to see if that's the case right here. They've got a chance at a big inning.
Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one foul off to the right side. Ready with the 0-1. High and deep to right center field. McCutchen going back at the track. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And he will score on the sacrifice fly.
That's a nice job there to get this ball airborne. He's able to get that ball out there deep enough to pick up their third run of the inning.
Miguel Cabrera will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Now here's the pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Oh, man, if you're a pitching coach, you might want to update your resume after this performance. His guys have been brutal.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. Two out, nobody on. Strike 3, and that'll put an end to a big inning. So they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Tigers 10 and the Pirates 2. Justin Wilson will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. Number 59 will try and get his club back into it here as he'll pinch hit to lead off the home half of the 8th. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. A chance here at least for this guy to get some work in what should be a fairly low stress appearance.
Yeah, but it seems like these outings are where you relax a little bit too much, you give up 3 runs, and then watch your ERA climb by another point. He'll need to guard against that.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit, so a great job off the bench as he's aboard to kick off their half of the inning. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Number 59 has just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer, and as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well, and in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like, but there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Here's John Jaso now. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball here, 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
And there he goes toward second. Taken for strike three, the throw. And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease. The tail of the tape, not all that pretty so far. 10-2 our score as we meander toward a conclusion to this one. Gregory Polanco stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's set. Here it comes. High in the air into shallow left center. Upton's under it. 2 gone.
The center fielder, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen comes forward now. A home run in his last at-bat.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
From the stretch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Hard liner toward short. Oh, and he misses it. And the runner stuck in a pickle between third base and home. And they will slap the tag on him heading back to third as he really got stuck out there, and the inning is over. 9th inning coming up. The Tigers lead it 10-2. Tony Watson will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. J.D. Martinez will bat now. He popped out in foul ground last time.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1.
Oh, and he sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in the matter of about 5 feet.
Good hard sinker that time, and he's in control. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Nick Castellanos now, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Hit down the third baseline. Backhanded on to first, and there were 2 down.
The left fielder, number 8, Justin Upton.
Justin Upton is into the box now. He hit one over the wall back in the 5th. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2. And Upton won't chase that one. It's 1-2. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Tigers, and the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2. Starling Marte will stand in now to begin their half of the ninth in a game that was decided long ago.
Yeah, this is mop-up time out there right now, but hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
Bunt attempt, but that'll bounce foul.
Oh, that's foul.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. Smoked on the ground left side, and that is through into left, and an 0-2 mistake here results in a leadoff single. So he waited till the 9th inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Every time he comes to the plate, the pressure gets bigger and bigger. He waited until the 9th inning, but got it done.
Here's David Freese to stand in, as he'll take a look at ball one. Marte off for second. Pitch inside, the throw, and no throw as he'll just hang on to it.
Yeah, he'll take second base here, but I think they were pretty well conceding that to him. So, we'll have to see if he gets that score to stolen base or simply defensive indifference.
Hit to short. Iglesias is there. Throw on to first in time, one away. Sean Rodriguez steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Sean Rodriguez.
And a step off, and now the runner's trying for third. And he is out, retreating to second as they slap the tag on him. Oh, and he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike one.
And for as bad as he missed that pitch, you can bet we're going to see that again before this at-bat's over.
Hit hard but foul. And he'll just waste one there, 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. And that'll get down for a base hit. Settling in now, Jordy Mercer. He flew out in his last at-bat. On the ground to the left side. And with that, I can finally say the 4 words I've had on my mind for what seems like an eternity. This ball game is over. Well, this one pretty much over before it started as we give you a final look at the line score here in what turned out to be a blowout victory. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, Matty, he definitely led the way. You'll see there, he turned in a 4-hit performance, and that definitely keyed his guys to the victory.